Welcome to the NZRL's National Women's Premiership competition, New Zealand's premier women's rugby league competition across a 5-week season, 6 zones from Auckland to Canterbury, showcasing both the depth and development of our wahine athletes. This is a really critical pathway for emerging players into the elite level. They're balanced by experienced campaigners, and they're trying to set the standard for what may happen in the future. It is my great pleasure. Joining me in commentary is former international Kiwi Fern Crystal Rota, whose first-hand knowledge will guide us through the tactics on display and talent. Crystal, it is great to have you with us this afternoon. What are you looking forward to with this match?
Oh, well, obviously, Akarana are the reigning champions from last year's competition, so they're going to come out strong. They've got a really strong team that they've put out there today. And obviously, with the Canterbury Bulls, I've seen Shante Puko is back. So excited to have her back.
She's your old mate, your old playmate.
She's my old teammate from Kiwi Ferns and the Newcastle Knights, so and the Warriors, actually. So excited to see her back in the competition. Our competition needs her, especially in that space in Canterbury. So welcome back, sis. Good to have you back, and looking forward to seeing her play today. It's going to be a good game. Obviously, with Akarana having, the title at the moment, that does add a little bit of additional pressure to the side, but I'm sure it's nothing that they won't be able to handle, but there'll be a great display of football out there today.
So the Akarana Falcons are the defending champions. Last October, they edged out against Counties Manukau in a gripping final. I'm not sure if you got the chance to see it, winning 12-10. They line up with a fresh squad of faces, including a lot of experienced players as well. 4 players from last year's team actually have already made it through to the NRLW. Keep an eye on Melina Lavia. She is a teenage sensation. She's making moves. And their coach, Charlotte Scanlon, I tell you what, she's feeling just a little bit confident right now. And why would she not be? Let's hear a few words from one of the greatest players in our game.
Well, Charlotte, how's the build-up been for this game?
Oh, the build-up's been awesome. We have a really young team, fresh face. We've only got 4 returning from our last year Premiership winning team. And because of that, I think it's brought some excitement, some nerves, and a lot of learning that's been going on. So it's been awesome.
What do you want to see from the team today?
For me, it's just about understanding the completion rate. Like I said, it's a new team, so understanding that momentum, how do we create momentum, how do we keep momentum, and how do we score points. And then for the girls, just to have fun. Yeah, like I said, it's new for a lot of these girls, so as long as they're enjoying their footy, then I think we'll come away with the win.
And have you felt the impact of the Warriors women going into their competition for the Auckland teams?
Oh, absolutely. Massive impact, and I'd love to shout out to the 4 that came from my team last year that are now debuted for the team, and just around how the grassroots here in New Zealand is just growing. I think everybody is really excited to see how the team has actually gotten on the board, coming in at 7th at the moment. It just shows the talent we have here in New Zealand that's so untapped.
Brilliant. All the best for the game today.
Thank you.
That is the 37-year-old Charlotte Scanlon, the coach of the Akarana Falcons, former prop, former lock, former second rower. What about the opposition? The Canterbury Bulls, the sole representatives from the South Island. There's a bunch of superstars in this side. There are Olympians, there's multiple World Cup athletes, there are representatives from several New Zealand sports. Last year they finished 5th in the competition. Keep a lookout for Caitlin Sears. She represented Canada as well. She's an outstanding player, and she is here to make a difference. What about their coach? Joseph Pucel-Micah, what does he have to say?
Well, Joseph, early flight, how was the trip up?
It was good. Pretty early birds for the girls, but we'll make sure that everyone got there on time. So the girls are excited, and we're happy to hear. Auckland's put on a good weather for us. We're used to this kind of weather, so we're very excited.
And how's the squad come together for the start of the comp?
Yeah, it's come really good. We've got some debutants that are starting today. Some old heads have come in. Some really good experienced girls. There's Boko, Casey, and Shady. Yeah, we're excited to see this group go. We're building something special here, so we're looking forward to it.
up against the defending champs, expecting a tough game?
No, definitely. Auckland's since the benchmark for New Zealand. This is where it's at, and we've just got to keep up. And hopefully today we can do the small things right and just put some points up there and play our Canterbury footy.
Well, I hope you put up a really good performance. All the best.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
That is the coach of the Canterbury Bulls, Joseph Puselmaika, second year in charge of leading the Canterbury Bulls. It's the same coaching staff as last year. Also, May Tukapua will be managing the side as both teams prepare to come out. To be honest, Crystal Rota, all the chat is about the Akarana Falcons, the defending champs. They're here to make a difference, but the Bulls, I tell you what, they're representing the whole island down south, and they would love to create an upset. As we've seen already from the opening round of this competition, anything can happen, any performance can make a difference. Where do you see this one going?
Well, I think the coach for Canterbury got it right. You know, if their team does the small things right, just as he said, they'll go a long way to, being competitive against this reigning champion side. So, yeah, really excited to see what they do. As you already expressed, they've got so much experience and some new young talent. So, yeah, let's see. Game on.
You're watching the NZRL Women's Premiership Competition 2025, brought to you live. Kicking off from right to left. In the blue and maroon on the right-hand side of your screens are the Akarana Falcons. They won the Premiership in 2024 and 2022. The Bulls from Canterbury, representing all of the South Island, are on the left of your screens. The Falcons are made up of 3 clubs, Mount Albert, Richmond and Marist. Strong, confident rugby league teams. Keep an eye on Melina Levea. She was selected from the Richmond under-18 side. She's quick, she's fast, she's confident. There were 4 weeks of opening trainings held for Akarana. Every eligible player were available to attend. The Falcons have the ball at the moment.
Yes, if you think of small things, right? They did that in that set. Just got down into the red zone of the Akarana team. Got a good boot down on the 5th and final. Nice completed set. So good start for the Canterbury Bulls. Now the Akarana Falcons have the ball in possession. See what they can do in their first set for this game.
We heard from the coaches before about players who have progressed to the NRLW. For Akarana from 2024, there's been a few of them. Kaya Atai, Lydia, Turua, Quedley, Kaylin, Takatumu, Cook. Here comes a bust up the middle from the Falcons. Looking strong early in hand. The kick comes out and it's pretty decent as well. Picked up nicely and nullified from the Bulls. The thing is about this Falcon side is that they're young, they're exciting prospects, and they really are a true representation of what is to be provided. We're coming to you from Massey Park. Plenty of planes overhead. It's all go at the moment. The rain has stopped. The UA is no longer complete, and it's rugby league to be played. This is Wahine Rugby League. This is the best of the best in the National Premiership League. The Bulls in possession at the moment, and they kick on the 4th tackle. Good space. Looking for yardage. That's the fullback, Paulina Morris-Ponga. She'll don the number 17 jersey. I very much doubt if she will spend much time on the bench. She is one of their superstars. The captain played the ball, Keri Ratama. She likes to get up quick and play it fast. That there is Lelonia. Support players there at the moment for the Falcons. In possession and in control of the Auckland outfit. The Akarana Rugby League zone. Made up of players from Mount Albert, Richmond, Marist. Good defensive pressure that time from the Bulls forces the mistake, and it will be an early turnover. That is exactly what this Canterbury side were looking for. The Canterbury Bulls are one of 6 zones represented in this competition, and they're taking up the whole island. It's so hard for them to get together, for them to train, for them to make sure the pathway is there for their players, and they're representing the South Island.
You've got to give props to Canterbury for that. You know, when it's like that, you have to have satellite training. So you're training separately in your little pods, which doesn't help when you're trying to get team cohesion, trying to build combinations. But here we go. We've got a break from Canterbury. Done well to open this game. Shante Puko with ball in hand. She'll be one to watch out for today. Probably one of their most experienced players out there. A lot of rugby experience. She gets herself a penalty.
I think it's a great opportunity to talk about Shante Puko. You're very familiar with her play. You played with her at the Newcastle Knights. You played with her at the Warriors. You represented with her in New Zealand. She's 29 years of age. She coached last year and has the call-up. It's a difficult thing to do, and she's embraced it. What difference can she make for this side?
Well, she can make a massive difference. I think the thing about Shante over the years is her footy smarts that she has, and she'll definitely bring that to the side today. No, she's got a lot of experience, and that's both rugby and league. When she plays rugby as well, you can see that she's directing the team around the park just as she is. Being a ball playing 13 in the middle of the field, she's just got so much skill as well.
Shante Puko is who we're talking about. She was with the inaugural squad in 2018 for the Warriors. She was ruled out of that campaign. I remember 2 broken tibias. Here comes the Bulls looking for the line, sneaking over. The referee says, not there yet. Get up and play it. The Bulls looking to score early against the defending champions, Akarana, and that is absolutely nullified by Celine Malina Lavia. The referee says something was dropped. The ball went down. Let's call it back. We're on international rules. Just one referee in this competition. And the referee says we'll call in a scrum and the possession will remain with Canterbury. Just quickly back to Shante Puko. I remember she recovered in 2019, actually, after having those broken tibias in 2018. Was named as one of the NRLW Player of the Year.
She had little fractures in her shins. It was a real weird injury that she had. But her comeback, she did all the right things during that campaign to get herself back and had an outstanding season in the end.
She's the captain of the Canterbury Bulls side. She's donning the number 13, number 13, 29 years of age, represented heavily. Charging over the line. But the referee said you cannot run behind one of your own players. That's back in old school rugby league, mate. You can't shepherd. You don't see that much.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. They dropped her back under and she was still standing in the way, bit of an obstruction. Unfortunate for the Canterbury Bulls, but promising signs showing from the Canterbury Bulls with their attacking ability and what they've already shown us in the start of this game.
We get an opportunity to see just how good the defensive effort is from the Canterbury Bulls side. It's been all attack at the moment for the team in red and black. The defending champions, they won this title in 24 and 22. The Akarana Falcons are trying to make their way through the middle of the park. Very good defense from Sakini that time. Looking for the offloads. Still plenty of support play for the Falcons. Sakini plays it really, really quickly. They go right, looking to score the first try in this second match of the Women's NZRL Premiership League and finding some answers. Wow, I thought I thought that was a really, really good tackle, but modern day rugby league isn't always a really good tackle. Get a chance to see it again. The Bulls retrieve it, charge their way through. Not allowed to do that.
Round the neck.
No. So the kick came early, and there was an error that time, and the Bulls all of a sudden say, let's get in, let's get close. Here come the Akarana Falcons. They'll bring it forward through Martiri Allen. She's a very classy second rower indeed. She's fit and fast and strong and will make a whole lot of tackles. Charging their way through the middle of the Falcons at the moment. Alicia Taylor, she's never shy in receiving the ball. She gets up, she plays the ball quick. They go left. The dummy, the jig, the line, the try, and the points for the Falcons.
Yeah,
Sekeni is so good. She's so fast.
Falcons capitalised on the back of an error from the Canterbury Bulls. Just a slight little dummy out to the left. Dives over the try line.
Look at Sekeni here. Bang. Dodges out to the left. Throws the dummy. Steps off the left foot. I never like to give any affiliation to Freddie Fittler. He's not my favourite rugby league footballer, but that was Freddie Fittler-esque.
Yeah, she's been doing that all season, Sekeni. She won the player of the match for the Steel Shanks grand final. Played outstanding, and even in the semi-final she was a standout. Really just steered her team around in that halves position. So she's definitely going to be one to watch in this match today and probably through the whole campaign.
She's the first one to score in this second clash on day one of competition for the Women's National Premiership Rugby League competition. And the defending champions, the Akarana Falcons, have gone about their merry way just 11 minutes into this first half. 35-minute halves. We're under international competitions for the Wahine Rugby League. Alicia Taylor, the number 11, lines it up, just misses. It's an aspect of the women's game that has been addressed over the last half a decade that has needed improvement, is the goal kicking after tries.
Yeah, there's some ladies are just really good at it. Our kicker for Papakura, actually, she's won the kicking for the Steel Shanks competition 2 years in a row. You know, she's just gotten better over the years, and you put it down to, it depends how much practice people put in, obviously. It's just one of those things you got to get better at. The more reps you get in, the better you get at it. So it's something we need in our game too, to get those extra 2 points after every try. It's so crucial in a game of rugby league.
Leading 4-0 at the moment, the Akarana Falcons against the Canterbury Bulls. The kick went deep and far. And it's often the little errors that can be so costly at a representative game at this stage. I can tell you the breeze isn't that strong coming through. It's only about 8 knots at the moment, blowing southwest.
Yeah, but speaking of kicks, that's a beautiful kickoff. Those are the exact kicks you want at a restart off the back of a try. Save yourself a set of defence.
Well, we can see what happens in any game of rugby league when you don't pick the ball up from a kickoff. You can score a try in the first 8 seconds.
Yes, absolutely. Now Canterbury have an attacking opportunity and good ball. See Sears scanning there at dummy half. Shante Poko with the ball in hand. She's going to go all the way. Offloads.
Nice offload. Good offload.
Penalty.
Referee wasn't happy with the implementation of the tackle. Thought it was a little time. Possession remains with the Canterbury Bulls. Another set of 6. Within 20 metres of their line, hoping to claw one back. Umanga, the number 11, so strong, so fit, so fast. Little dodge to the right and a pass back in on the inside. The defence is there and it's matched. Quick play the ball. The Bulls go right. An error is there and always there to pick it up, and not shy to do so is the captain, Keri Ratima from the Falcons. She will dive on every loose ball. She'll demand that every single player makes a tackle. She's quite a player and quite a leader. The Falcons in possession. They go right. Good yards from dummy half. And the gap's there. They're opening up for the Bulls at the moment. They will need to try and smother what comes their way from the Falcons. They head right. Lots of communication from both teams at the moment. Trying to make their way into the hot zone. The red zone are the Falcons. The quick play the ball will help. They go left. The high ball comes up. The chase is there. The pressure is up. How good is the bounce? It works in favour of the Canterbury Bulls. Tell you what, that number 1 from the Bulls, Kyla Lynch-Brown, is a very reliable player indeed. She's a former New Zealand Rugby League under-20s representative. This year she was the player of the match in the Women's Club Premiership final. She's a cross-code athlete as well. She represented Canterbury. As the ball comes on the inside and the support play is there for the Bulls, and so too is the pace. Lucy Mahuika was charging her way through and that was shut down. They go left. Can the defence get back for the Falcons? The pressure's mounting and the ball goes astray. Good play from both sides.
Oh, but there was brilliant scrambled defence from the Falcons. Seen Morris Ponga chasing across, and then Lavere comes from the other side, just smashes from behind. It was a beautiful break here though. Sears just spots the space, gives the ball back on the inside for a beautiful break for Canterbury. And you see the hit from behind from Lavere. Great scrambled defence. They go down the short side to Shante Poko. Dummies, unfortunately, they're unable to finish. But here we have the Falcons back in possession again.
Falcons leading the way 4-0. Just 17 minutes. The referee said, let's bring that scrum in and the possession will go with the Bulls. This is exactly what the side from Canterbury needed. Haven't managed to score a try yet, but very little, apart from the scoreboard, is separating the two teams. You've got the defending champions from 2024 and 2022 up against the Canterbury Bulls in the black and red on the left of your screens. Siataya plays the ball. Looking for an early mistake. And the Falcons come in and they cheer and they celebrate. They are after the possession of the Pearl.
It was a great defensive read. She's looking to run an unders line, but Lavere was right there, unable to execute that play, the Canterbury Bulls.
They're at the end they don't want to be, are the Akarana Falcons. They've already scored a try, haven't managed to convert it. The defence from the Canterbury Bulls has been outstanding so far, thanks to some efforts from McGregor Paco in the centres. She's been a long-serving leader of that team. Tuitupu passes the ball quickly out wide. She'll always find Alicia Taylor in support, the number 11 from the Falcons. She is hungry for possession. Kick goes in on the 4th tackle from the Falcons. Oh, very, very good. Picked up nicely. The ball's clean. It's not forward. How outstanding was that? Lavia picks it up on the full. First you thought it was a missed kick. It wasn't deep enough. Pops it up, does Barnett. In comes Lavia. And always, always in support as Matairi Allen. Always.
Yeah, Lavia's having an outstanding start to this game, both defensively and on attack. Gets that ball. Just competes for the kick from Barnett. Does it beautifully.
Pretty decent kick from Claudia Barnett, to be honest.
It was a beautiful kick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thought it might have been a bit short at first, but then I realised it was calculated. It was planned. It was a set move. Making the most of opportunities are the Akarana Women's Rugby League team. And Matairi Allen charged her way through, was there in support, always back up the ball. First kick was missed. Second one in front, the flags go up and Akarana go 10-0 forward in the opening 20 minutes of this first half. In the zone at the moment are the Akarana Rugby League Falcons. That's them on your screens on the right-hand side. They won the competition in 2024. They defeated Counties Manukau 12-10. Was a close one. 12-10 they won that competition in 2024. It was a gripping final, wherever you watched it around Aotearoa. They'd love to make it back-to-back, and they've begun their campaign with an impressive opening 20 minutes. The Bulls kick off from left to right. Secondly receives, distributes, and they make yards. Clinical play at the moment from the Falcons. They go right. What defender? I have no defender in front of me at the moment. Topol, so strong for the Falcons. Liking the quick play the ball from the Akarana side. Happy to go down their right-hand attacking edge, challenging the left-hand defence from the Bulls. At the moment, the Bulls are standing up to that defensive challenge. That's the second run in this set of 6 that Topol has decided to charge her way through. They kick on the 5th. It bounces, ball comes through. I'll tell you what, the Falcons will be happy with positional play from that kick. That's an area of the women's rugby league game that has improved so much, is positional kicking. Not just goal kicking, getting the ball in the right place at the right time. So they've surrendered possession, but this is exactly where the Falcons wanted the Bulls to be. They are hoping for a mistake, for an error, for a penalty. Poor pass. Lucky bounce. Bulls pick it up. Plenty of communication coming from the Canterbury side at this stage. You mentioned before, Crystal, how demanding it is for Canterbury to communicate and train via pods. When you're representing a whole island, so many of these players are representing regions from a very big distance from where the core training aspect is.
Yeah, it just makes it harder to, you know, get connection when you're not actually physically training together all the time. But they're definitely not showing that. Oh, unfortunate there for Shante Poko with a knock-on. Yeah, they're not showing the disconnect, you know. They've really come out and started this game strong. Despite the scoreboard, doesn't really show, you know, how Canterbury have actually been playing this game. Had some really strong carries. They do have some connection. Oh, you do see the thumble there from Shante Poko.
This is the NZRL, National Women's Premiership League. 5 weeks of competition culminating with a final on October 12. First weekend of matches. Earlier today we saw the Auckland Falcons reign supreme over the Wellington Orcas 26-16. And now the Akarana Falcons are here to prove a point as to why they won the Premiership in 2024. They're chasing back-to-back victories and trying to stop that and cause an upset. Is this Canterbury side in red and black on your screens from left to right. Akarana leading 10-0. Very good error rate from the Falcons at this stage. Just one mistake in the opening 25 minutes of play. The referee says we'll just take a moment. Make sure the players are okay. Great opportunity for the trainers to come on and bring on some water. Get some TV time. Lua Hafoka, the number 12, will get a rest, but it won't stop her players. Good charge, good offload. One more will make it. Couldn't get it out. The Falcons play the ball. They'll go right this time. Testing the defence of the Bulls. The line is there. Looking inside. Excellent charging run from Alice Shannon. She gets up, plays it quick. It looks open. Oh, an opportunity. Maybe not to offload. Maybe go on the inside. It's easy to say.
Sakini could have probably gone herself, to be honest. She's good with the old show and go, Sakini, but she tried to feed it to Ratama. But yeah, you see here, she was running a short line too, but good defensive read from Canterbury to make that shut. Rapira came in at the right time to shut that play down.
Well, they had to do it. They had to shut down the ball player, otherwise it was definitely a try for the Falcons. One that got away for the Akarana side as they lead 10-0. Desperate to get out of their own inside line. The Canterbury Bulls, and an error has crept in. And the Falcons are celebrating like they scored a try, like they know they will score a try.
Yeah, they're lifting each other's energy. As you've seen Pokawha get over top, drive her into the ground and force that error.
Under the pump at the moment are the Canterbury Bulls. They're trailing 10-0. Just made an error on their second tackle within their own 25-metre attacking line. The scrum will be brought in. They'll surrender possession, and now they have to defend. This is probably the biggest question asked of this side so far defensively in the match. Just 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been all the Falcons so far. The scrum has been called in. The possession is with the Falcons. And they would have practiced a set play over and over again. Tackle 1 for the Falcons. Looking to expose a weakness defensively. Smothered and shut down by the Bulls. Good work that time by McGregor Pako. So many options for the Falcons at the moment. Keeping their cool, not putting themselves under pressure. Plenty of options, but will it work? The deflection comes off the shoulder, and well done to the Bulls.
They had to work hard for each other in that defensive set. Could see some tired bodies around. They managed to keep the Falcons out.
Looking for yardage are the Canterbury Bulls in black and red. Looking for points are the Bulls, who finished 5th in the competition in 2024. 24. Some new faces, some old campaigners. I just want to push back the Falcons and see what they can do with an attacking opportunity. They go left. Good defence, Falcons. Quick play the ball. Impressive start from the Bulls. They go deep, looking for the kick. Almost too deep. Ah, that time put down.
Yeah, don't really see Morris Ponga make those kind of errors. She's one of the safest fullbacks in the competition, in our grassroots competition anyway. So, you know, she'll be disappointed with that. Not an error that she often makes.
Paulina Morris Ponga had all the time in the world with no defender in front of her to take that ball. That's usually when you drop it.
Yes, exactly. But even when she's under pressure, she doesn't often make that kind of mistake. So that's a very, you know, non-occurring error for her. No doubt she'll make up for that throughout this game.
She has a chance to make up for it defensively as the Bulls will have possession and feed of the scrum with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first half. The referee comes in and makes sure the welfare of the players are okay. We're on international competitions at the moment and we are focused on the well-being and welfare of the athletes. This is a great opportunity for Canterbury, not just to score some points before the halftime break, but to send a message to the Rugby League community that they are here and here to play in this competition. It's the first of 5 weeks of matches before the finals take place on October 12. And Canterbury would love to put some pressure on the defending champions, the Akarana Falcons. First tackle for the Bulls. They go right. Making a charging run to the line. Williams, she gets up, she plays it, and the Bulls stick with right. Anything up the middle, any gap, anywhere. Nowhere at the moment for the Falcons, and they push the attackers back off the line. Sticking with Tataha Mato, sticking with the right-hand side. The line is there, the support play is there as well, but so too is the defensive effort. Great stuff from the Falcons. Trying to hold this side out. I know the halftime is looming. The Bulls are hoping one player will drop off a tackle. Someone will miss. Last tackle, blindside right. They go right. The opportunity's there. The overlap is there. No defenders. Clean run to the line for Celine Russell. She's fast, she's quick. She didn't really have to show her pace at that stage. She just had to maintain her distance and dive for the line. Great stuff from the Bulls.
Yeah, I've loved the way that Sears is just really directed from dummy half. She knows what she's doing in that position. One of the NRLW rising talent players that went to that campaign this year. She takes the opportunity down the short side, and it was the best option to do with Celine Russell scoring for the Canterbury Bulls on the right edge. This has brought them back into the game. They're definitely here to play today. Seen them lifting their level of footy up against the reigning champions. Beautiful try from Celine Russell.
Well, the try goes down to Celine Russell, but the try assist will have to go down to number 9, Caitlin Sears, as you just heard Crystal Rota talking about her. She's a representative from Canada. She's been in that NRLW invitational team last month. She just got married. What a way to celebrate your wedding, eh? A newlywed. Don't you love that? I might not score the try, but I set one up. What better way to spend your wedding?
It might be just a bit of favouritism from myself because she's in hooker, but she's been doing a brilliant job this whole game. Just see the way she sort of directs her pack around. She's not the biggest of bodies, but, you know, still defensively she gets her body in front. She's very, very directive, and you can see her sort of directing where she wants her runners to run. And that's what makes a really good hooker, is having that ability to direct and create momentum from the forward pack.
Joining me in commentary is Crystal Rota, 15 tests for the Kiwi Ferns. I'll tell you what, Crystal's known for her reliability, her defensive work rate, Kiwi Fern number 124, and she is paying homage at the moment to the number 9 from the Canterbury Bulls, who just set up that last try. 2.5 minutes remaining before the first half. The Oranges will be brought out shortly, but the Bulls haven't finished their first 35-minute campaign. They have scored against the defending champions, and they are hungry for possession, and they are desperate for points. Looking for a penalty, not given at this stage. They go down to the left-hand side. Nice smothering tackle that time from Aotearoa. Good fringe defence from the Falcons so far throughout the competition. There's not too many gaps up the middle either. Looking to play the ball, and Cora player offside. There she goes. She's charging through again. Caitlin says, not shy, making the yards, making the tackles, and creating havoc. They come to the right. The kick goes up. Pressure's on, an excellent, excellent take that time from Paulina Morris-Ponga.
See, she had all the pressure around her, but she managed to catch that one. So it was definitely a one-off error from Paulina Morris-Ponga. We've seen Falcons back in possession now. Some getting their speed set from their back 5 to get them out of their red zone. Barnett with the ball in hand now. She's been good this game. Commentator's curse.
Did she go for the kick? I think
My
she might
goodness.
have tried to drop it. So the Bulls in possession. Not sure if Barnett that time actually lost possession of the ball, but opted for a grubber kick, which is quite something unique to do on the third tackle within your own defensive end. But at the moment, it's the Bulls in possession are looking to lock things up. They've still got time to do it as well. This is the attacking zone they like. This is what they train for, what they practice for. No one close to the ruck at the moment. It's all wide and looking for the overlap. The defence up the middle from the Falcons has been outstanding all match and will continue to be so until half-time. What else have the Bulls got? Which way do they go? No overlap out to the left at the moment. They look to come back in the middle is McGregor-Paco. She's a quick, fast runner as well, but her legs were taken from underneath her as Lynch Brown goes down with the ball, picks it up and plays it quickly. Williams, always hungry for possession, always looking for the line, comes close, quick play the ball. The defence is in close, and if you're looking for a player to try and score, Kia ora te whānau. Thank you for joining us for the first round of competition for the 2025 National Women's Premiership Rugby League competition. We're coming to you from Massey Park in Papakura, and at the moment the defending champions are leading the Canterbury Bulls 10-4 at half time. There is nothing in this match. Crystal Rulta, former New Zealand Kiwi Ferns representative, played 15 times for her nation. What do the Bulls have to do to try and grab this one back?
I think they've been building from the start of the game, and they've definitely built into their game. So if they just continue to lift, I think attacking-wise, they could probably have a little bit more variation in their play, just to sort of move the defensive line of the Falcons, because that's what's been shutting them out, is the good defence of the Falcons. But they're definitely come here to play.
Oh,
And
kept
here
it in
the
play.
first an error.
Oh, that was a very good kick-off from the Bulls. Very, very good positional play from the kick, forcing the error early, and it didn't come from defensive pressure. Come from trying to keep the line in, trying to keep the ball off the sideline. Did well to pick it up. Just tried to move too early. No defenders around her at all. So under the pump at the early stages. We'll have to see how the defensive efforts go from Akarana. Their defensive efforts in the first 35 minutes were impressive indeed. Probably could have seen a little bit more from them in their attacking flair. A little bit more creative stuff. But at the moment, it's not about attack for Akarana. At the moment, it is about keeping the Bulls out. The Canterbury Bulls on your screens in the red and black jerseys. Trailing 10-4. The opening stages of the second half, a pretty decent kick. He's managed to force an error, and they are in early possession. Caitlin says, put the arms out, the number 9 from Canterbury, and says, where's the penalty? Well, it's not coming your way at the moment. Shante Puku, the number 13, she's just a level head, the 29-year-old. She has a representation so long on your arm, and the referee says that was a forward pass, and the Bulls will lose possession.
Yeah, I don't think Sears was actually passing the ball to her. I think she was trying to get it out the back door, but she reached up to grab it. You see here, I'm sure she's trying to get out the back to the half, but it lands in the hands, and she takes that ball, and it's a forward pass. But we've got to give props to Seatunga, who's kicked off twice for the Canterbury Bulls and got 2 good results. But unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalise on that time, the Canterbury Bulls. And now Akarana Falcons are back in possession of the ball. Morris Ponga to play it.
Very clinical in their attacking play at the moment, being quite reserved as well. Was hoping to look for the strip. No such thing, says the referee. He says, back it up a couple of metres, take it back. And continues play on tackle number 2 for the Bulls. The second opportunity they have had to attack. Close to their own line in the opening couple of minutes of the second half. What a difference this would make if the Bulls could make their way through. Looked a little high that time, but the referee says that was okay from Allen. Charging their way. She holds it up lovely, does Puku. I know the points will not go down to Shante Puku, but I tell you what, she's just got perfect timing. She just reads the play so well, does the number 13 from the Canterbury Bulls, the 29-year-old, who coached last year, has had a representative career that most people, almost wahine, would dream of. After coaching last year, they've encouraged her to come back and play. Watch her here, the number 13 receives, looks on the outside, distributes early on the inside, and she already knows. Keep an eye on Puku. Have a look at Shante Puku, the number 13. She knows exactly when and where she wants it to go. When? Not yet. Where? Right there. Her timing is impeccable. You've played with her. You're a friend of hers. You know the sort of rugby league mind she has. She's in a class of her own.
She definitely is, and as I mentioned earlier, I just said that the Canterbury Bulls just need to have a bit of variation in their plays, and Puku just brought that. She dropped someone under to lay it at a point, and then they got on the outside there. They forced the defence to have to flip around to create a defensive wall, but for Umanga, too strong, too powerful. She brings the Bulls right back into this game. 10-8 with kick to come.
Here we go. We have a match in our hands in the opening round of the NZRL Women's Premiership competition. Goes high to the sky, but the most important thing is you get close to the black dot in between the 2 posts, and that she did. We are all locked up. 5 minutes into the second half of this competition, and the Canterbury Bulls, after finishing 5th out of 6th last year, have clawed their way back into this match. Is sending a message not just to the Akarana Falcons fans, not just to their South Island Rugby League fans, but to the rugby league community. We are here to play, and we are here to challenge this 6-zone competition. Falcons a kickoff, and possession is taken from the Bulls. Nice distribution once again from Puku. Reads the play well and demands the best from her players. In fact, I think the fact that Puku is there means that Caitlin Sears, the number 9 from the Bulls, is going to have an impressive season. No error that time, says the referee. Tackle number 3 for the Canterbury Bulls. They'll get up quick and play it. There's only one person out there with a whistle, and it's not us. Good defence that time from the Falcons. The defence has not wavered for the Falcons at all. They haven't had any possession close to the early stages of the second half. The kick is good, it bounces, the chasers are coming through. And retrieved nicely from the Falcons.
Yeah, good defensive line from the Canterbury Bulls. I think they've forced an error here. Yes, they have.
Well, the Bulls are celebrating, and why wouldn't they be? I really do like Caitlin Sears. I like her attitude. It's like she has the whistle the whole time in her mouth, you know? She's like, I need the penalty, create the error. She's hungry, she's fast, she's aggressive, she's successful, but she's always looking for an opportunity. And the ball went missing. Look at the number 9 there, Sears. She just gets up and says, thank you, we'll take that.
I think Williams was just as surprised as us, wondering what happened. She still had the ball in her hand, looking around for the ref to make a call. Canterbury in a good position here.
This could be the changing moment of the match. 6.5 minutes into the second half. The Bulls have scored the first try in the second half. Nice inside ball that time to Williams, always looking to receive possession. Umanga charging her way to the line, and the defence was up to the task from Akarana. Sticking with the middle, Williams goes out wide. Puku looks for support. Quick hands from the Bulls. The overlap is there. 3 players on 1 defender, and the Bulls couldn't find a red jersey.
Yeah, I would have thought that was back to 1. I'm sure it was touched by a Falcons player. The play on's the call.
Still in possession are the Canterbury Bulls, not shy to get rid of the ball early. Gee, that line defence has been good from Akarana. That is a team defending as a team. All one-out play at the moment from the Canterbury Bulls. The line is close, and they're looking to the referee and says, how close was it? And the referee says that was a double movement. Not allowed to be tackled by the defenders. Reach the arm over and try and get close to the line. So close for the Canterbury Bulls, but testament to great defence from Akarana.
Great goal line defence from Akarana. Sakini looking for the line, but unable to find it. It's the deja vu here. We've seen this time and time again, and not just this game, but the previous game with the Orcas and the Vulcans as well. So Canterbury back in possession. Sears just scanning. Bortashante Poko looking to lay it at a point so they can get some attacking shape set up, but she's still pumping the legs. Unable to find the line.
She's strong. Nio is strong. And a knock on that time. That is the 3rd set of 6 that the Canterbury Bulls have had in their own attacking quarter since the second half, and they haven't managed to score. The 3rd set of 6 since they scored the try after half-time. That sort of stuff gives confidence to a defensive team.
Yeah, well, when you can, deny an attacking team and good ball time and time again, it does give you confidence. But where the real confidence comes in is getting out of your red zone off the back of that, which is what the Akarana Falcons need to do. Seems like they haven't had much possession of the ball in the last few minutes. So they'll be looking to get down the other end, have some attacking in their good ball area.
Not only have the Falcons not had a lot of possession in terms of attack, their attacking flair has lacked some initiative as well. It's been all one-out play in attack from the Falcons. Their defence has been absolutely outstanding, but their attacking options have seen limited throughout the first half of this match. What else have they got? Who else can they turn to? What options can they look to? There's a kick there on the 4th tackle. They surrender possession, and the Bulls grab it on the full and retain possession. Might be a different attitude this year, 2025, from the Falcons. It might be keep it simple, don't make mistakes, make the tackles, and look for the opportunities. They are not creating attacking opportunities at the moment that are unpredictable. Good charging run down the right-hand side from the Bulls. That time compliments of Kyrie Wesley. Pumping the legs, still making 8 to 9 metres on every set play are the Bulls.
Another strong run from Williams. She's been outstanding since she's come on the field. Strong carries, getting the momentum for Canterbury. See the kick down. Beautifully taken.
Good take under pressure. Good take under pressure.
She's been playing well all game, Lavia. She's so safe under the high ball, as we've seen her set up that try for the Falcons when she regathered that kick from Barnett.
The Bulls hoping to keep the Falcons down this end of the pitch. Out there on the pitch at the moment is Lucy Mahuika, the number 3. Who's the backup hooker. Just 17 years of age. She's only puto, only short. But I tell you what, she's got a massive heart. Here come the charging runs from Akarana. Where's the support play? 1 tackle miss, 2 tackle miss. The line is open. The left foot step, did you even need to take it? It doesn't even matter. Sekene, who has been so confident, so strong. And it's at moments like this, in games like this, that you need your champions to stand tall. And I'll tell you what, she is one champion for Akarana.
Yeah, Navalza Taupo. She was at a standstill too. She didn't even have a run up onto the board, but just too powerful. And the footwork of Sekene off that left foot repeatedly to score right under the black dot. But look at this from Taupo. So strong, so powerful. And she did that for Maris through their club season. Offloads to Sekene. Steps off her left foot again to get around the fullback and score right under the post.
Taupo did all of the hard yards to make it available for the offload in the first place. But it was certainly Sekene that had to make her way through 5 Canterbury defenders. 5 defenders she made her way through. 3 of them was off 3 left foot steps. Outstanding stuff from the number 6 from the Akarana Falcons. Add 2 more points to the scoreboard. A converted try in front at the moment, and it is Akarana leading the Canterbury Bulls 16-10. In the second half of this competition, we're coming to you from Massey Park in Papakura, Tamaki Makaurau. And this is Wahine Women's National Premiership Rugby League. What a great competition this is. It's a pathway. It's a pathway for development of players. Some of these players have never represented at this level, and it's an opportunity to showcase themselves, not just in the greatest sport of all, but to give them an opportunity to take the next step forward.
Yeah, we need these kind of opportunities to showcase our wahine talent that we do have here in Aotearoa. We haven't had that through the Wednesday night league, so it's we're very fortunate to have WSL that bring this footage for our ladies. And here we go again. Canterbury have kicked off looking for that edge again, but it's retrieved. McCarty's on the field now for the Akarana Falcons, taking the first hit up in the set. Out to Navalza and Taupo, one of their strong middles. Oh no, she lost the ball. Well, I think the refs caught a strip.
I mean, we talk about pathways. If you think about the Akarana Falcons, you've got their vice captain, Alice Shannon, who's a real success story with pathways. I mean, she started from the under-16s competition, went through Mount Albert, Premier Women's, gets a chance to represent at this level. I mean, all eyes are on the shining light of the One New Zealand NRLW Warriors side. And just speaking of that, here's a play that's saying, watch me, look at me, pick me. How outstanding was that from Jade Tuolaipa? She is quick and fast, and she has fresh legs, and she's hungry, and the balls go out wide. And all of a sudden, the Akarana Falcons, who have not showed a lot of their attacking flair throughout the first half. I'm not even going to call that a commentator's curse at that stage. I'm going to put that on the referee. That's not on me, Crystal.
I think that the Canterbury Bulls are just getting a little bit fatigued around the ruck area. It's been a bit exposed. Had a couple of dummy half runs from the Falcons that have found them some good meters. Just need to tighten up that ruck defense. Get those A defenders a little bit tighter. You see Umanga here coming back to join her team. She's been outstanding for the Canterbury Bulls today.
Repena Umanga. Confident, calm, collected, and fierce. is the number 11 for the Canterbury Bulls. She will look to try and make a few tackles. Lucy Mahuaka. Number 3 has just come out for the Canterbury Bulls. Gets in there at the lock position. And now she's playing that dummy half roll, just 17 years of age. Trying to force the Bulls back are the Falcons at the moment. There's been an attitude change from the Falcons on your screens in the maroon and blue left on your screens. Calling for it is Mahuaka. Wants to get it out, but where are the runners? She's looking for the runners. The feed can be good and fast, but the runners need to be there. You're looking for a runner? Just ask for Shante Poko. She will always take it up. She gingerly gets to her feet and looks up to the referee with a smile on her face. And then an error has crept in to the Bull side. Bunty Crow, the number 8 on the right of your screens there, with a little hobble on her leg. Just the distribution wasn't clean enough, and the runners were too far from the ruck. And now Akarana, with just 22 minutes, in fact under 20 minutes remaining until full time. Shante Puku, you know how hard that is. That's a hard tackle. You felt that tackle, Crystal Ruta. You've been on the end of that.
Yes, I have actually. I've been next to it as well several times. Lucky not to have my arm jarred.
Here come the Falcons. The show on the inside, then the outside. Runners left and right at the moment for the Falcons. Matairi Allen plays it quick. Looks on the inside. They go left again, do the Falcons. Plenty of options down that side. Defense is up. Nice offload. The line is getting closer and closer for the Falcons. The support plays there. Options galore, and yet the defense still nullifies. Shows on the outside, goes for the grubber kick. And the referee says that there is a knock on from the Bulls. The possession will remain with Akarana. Good option on the kick.
Yes, Sakini with the vision. Westland just tried to pick it up, but a little bit of a thumble in there. So another attacking set here for the Akarana Falcons. See what they can play off the back of it, the scrum set that they have. Canterbury Bulls are going to have to work hard defensively here.
Akarana leading 16-10. You are watching round 1 of the NZRL Women's Rugby League Premiership competition. They won it in 2024. They won it in 2022. At the moment in possession, the Falcons. They are looking to go one forward. Wouldn't they love to make it back-to-back championships? 2024 and 2025. The Falcons are made up of 3 clubs: Mount Albert, Richmond, Marist. They're kind of made up of teams after counties and after the Vulcans.
No, the Vulcans are made up of the teams after the Akarana Falcons and counties. Yeah, so they're considered a development side, but they're always so competitive and have strong teams each year. But that just shows the strength of players in the Auckland competition. So that's usually how it works. For those who don't know, is that the Falcons and counties are formed, and then the Vulcans can then select from the remaining players in the Auckland competition. We see Canterbury back in possession. Shante Poko taking a hit up.
Shante Poko, the 29-year-old representative, plays the ball. Got the call up after coaching last year. Might be 29 years of age. Plays like a 19-year-old. Tell you what, she's fit enthusiastic and fast. She brings the best out. And oh, one-on-one steal. Great stuff from the Falcons. That was Lua Hafuka. One-on-one play. Actually, I'll take that and I'll have a run. That was impressive. Actually, I'll take it back. See, anything you do to Chantal Poko, she'll do back to you. Hey, anything you do, she'll do better.
I think that the play actually thought that the ref had caught her back and she stopped, and then the ball was stripped out of her hand. But anyway, ref's call, play on. Barnett to feed the scrum, midfield scrum.
Midfield for the Falcons, leading 16-10. 16 minutes remaining. Nice show and go on the outside. She's got plenty of pace. Desekeni scored a try, set up a couple of tries. A very clever rugby league footballer is the number 6 from the Akarana Falcons. Looking to play the ball quick. Denied that from the Bulls, but no penalty given. Good defence up the middle from the Canterbury side as the Falcons keep charging their way up the guts of the pitch. And the referee says, offside, not allowed to move.
Yes, I think the markers weren't square there.
Yeah. Who needs the 2 points? Let's get the try. Don't want the conversion. We want a convincing victory. Good defence from the Bulls out to their left side defensive edge. Tried to push the defender off, and doing that went for the quick play the ball. It could have gone either way, and the referee says you got to get your hands off the runner when they play the ball. A fresh set of 6 for the Falcons.
Yeah, and who better to start the set than Taupo?
How good has she been?
She's been outstanding this game.
Decoy runner came through. No offence, is the referee. Still nullified and shut down by the Bulls. Do they go left? The defenders aren't there. They've moved out to the left. Goes with a little dummy half run. You must be tempted to do it, but not necessarily when there's 8 defensive players in front of you. They go back to the left. Nice offload, quick offload. No need to use the 2 outside attackers. Already over the line, quick hands, good short offloads, asking question of the opposition and the defensive line, and it was all too easy for the Akarana Falcons.
Yeah, Sekeni just passes to Paulina Morris-Ponga, wraps around the outside of her. She gets the offload to Sekeni, and she's in for another try. It's been outstanding this game as well, Sekeni. So skillful.
Just a perception to look for the runaround, not just to give possession and give up. Like, always hungry, I'll take it, always hungry. I mean, it wasn't a set play, but it was so perceptive. And she's such a confident player, is Anastasia Sekeni. And she might be scoring the tries, but it's more her impact on the pitch that has made a difference for Akarana. The Falcons have decided, leading 20-10 with 15 minutes remaining in the match, that they would change things up a bit on the sideline when it comes to goal kicking. This is Paulina Morris-Ponga. I like the style. She's got the distance, the kick. Has she got it over? So close. Pretty close.
Yeah, she's definitely a good goal kicker. I've seen over the last couple of seasons, actually. Just didn't get the distance in that one. Had the direction.
Ten minutes remaining. The Akarana Falcons are leading 20-10 over the Canterbury Bulls. The Bulls came 5th in 2024. And the Falcons, with a clap of hands, spring in their step in the second half. I actually thought the Falcons lacked not attacking flair, but attacking options in the first half, and it seems to have just come so much more natural in the second 35.
Yeah, these last couple of tries have just been off the back of pretty much pure individual brilliance of a couple of ladies, like the likes of Taupo, like the likes of Sakini. They've just been playing brilliant footy, the two of them. The combination of those two has been lethal for this Akarana side. And another beautiful kickoff by Siatanga. She knows how to kick the ball off a restart, that's for sure. It's been one of their strengths here today, the Canterbury Bulls.
Makes such a difference to a side when you've got a halfback kicking from the halfway mark that can create errors and force errors and also give you position and possession. And that's exactly what Kasi Siatanga has done for the Canterbury Bulls. Still having to defend the Bulls and trailing by 10 points with just 9 minutes remaining in the match. The clock is ticking and it may become their greatest enemy. They've got a few other enemies though from this Auckland Akarana Falcons team. They're in possession and they're in control. Sakini and Taupo have been absolutely outstanding. The number 6 and the number 13. They are working like a well-oiled machine. The kicking game has been nothing to ask questions of, apart from Claudia Barnett that time kicking it out on the full. She's been very consistent indeed. She's a very, very good communicator, is the number 7 from the Falcons, Claudia Barnett. She is always having a kōrero conversation and a chat with her players, with the referees, with everyone on the sideline. Ref says we'll take this one back. The Bulls players have a look at the scoreboard and know they are trailing by 10. So 2 try-scoring opportunities is what they need. And just under 8 minutes remaining in the match. Caitlin Sears, the number 9 from the Bulls, puts her hands up and says, where's the penalty? No penalty given. Stacey Niall charges through and finds Sears back on the inside. She will always get up and play the ball quick, and this time they opt to go down the right-hand side of the pitch. This could be a very telling moment, a momentous occasion and moment for the Bulls outfit. Can they find their way to the line? They're running out of time in this competition. Still within striking distance, and this would make things very interesting indeed. How good's the defence? The show, the go, the run, the charge. And here come the Bulls. Outstanding stuff. Kyla Lynch-Brown.
Yeah, beautiful try there. Just what Canterbury needed at this time with only 7 minutes to go. Lynch-Brown. But look at the platform set by the middles here of Canterbury. That was a beautiful run by Futu. Sears scanning. Passes out. And a beautiful try there from Lynch-Brown.
Well, she's a former New Zealand Rugby League under-20s representative. She was named Player of the Match in the Women's Club Premiership final. She's a cross-code athlete. We don't mention the other code, the dark side. Leave that one. No,
it'll be a bit hard not to for Canterbury. They have a lot of rugby players in there.
She's represented Canterbury in touch football as well, and she's currently playing in the FPC Canterbury rugby team as well. She is an outstanding athlete, has been rewarded for her training, for her work ethic. You'll just need to speak to the coaches and the managers of this Bulls team and they will tell you she's always the one you can rely on. That was the try scorer, Kyla Lynch-Brown. This will make things interesting. Do the flags go up? Yes, they do. And here come the Canterbury Bulls. 5.5 minutes remaining in the second half. And the Akarana Falcons, the defending champions of this competition, are leading the Canterbury Bulls 20-16. And the Bulls have a spring in their step. You are watching the NZRL Women's Premiership Rugby League competition. 5 rounds, 6 weeks of competition, culminating with a final on October 12. 6 zones being represented. At the end, there'll only be 2. It's a process of elimination. It's the first weekend of competition for Wahine. Rugby League fans, we appreciate you joining us, your attention. Hang on to your seats. This one is going to be an absolute cracker. Tackle one for the Bulls. They get up, they play it quick, and no penalty. Sears puts the arms out, and the referee says, I'm the one with the whistle. Tackle number 2 for Canterbury. Good defence. Sears says, any penalty? The referee says, not this time. Quick play the ball. They go down the right-hand side. The ball was off the mark. No knock-on, says the referee. But the Bulls losing a whole lot of distance on run yardage. This is tackle number 4 for the Canterbury side. Good pumping of the legs. Great charging run from Anika Gates-Thorn. They go out to the left-hand side. Ifiti Tara, the sun is shining, and the ball has been lost from the Bulls. There was no steal, says the referee. And the Falcons must be able to breathe a sigh of relief from that one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Canterbury, but a good opportunity here for Akarana as their captain takes a settle. Morris Ponga, dummy half, jumps out to the left, steps back to the right. With an offload as well, Canterbury need to make sure they wrap the ball up. Good contact there by Bunty Crow. Bunty actually was a part of our Kiwi Ferns a few years back, can't remember what year, but she's played in one of our test matches. She's a really strong ball carrier and runner. Akarana here, try and find some space down the edge, but it finds the outside.
That time the pass went astray from the Akarana Falcons. You get the feeling when you're leading by this match and you're in a position of the field that you want to be, that may not be necessary to throw that cutout pass so wide. A miscommunication from the winger to the playmaker. It does happen, but it's those moments in matches like this that can come back to haunt you. 2.5 minutes remaining for the full time of this match. In the hot seat at the moment are the Falcons, leading the way. But the Bulls are in possession and they know their way to the try line. Just a couple of minutes remaining and the attitude is getting spicy. It is highly competitive at the moment. There is no love lost on the pitch at the moment. Plenty of these players are familiar with each other, but it's all about scoring the points and getting the yardage, and what a well-timed penalty. They could not have asked for one any sooner had the Canterbury Bulls.
You could see that penalty coming. Just a bit of discipline lapses for Akarana. It's not really what you want.
Step number 1, kick the ball out. Tick. Step number 2, don't make a mistake in the opening 2 runs. Step number 3, try and create the upset of the round. Here come the Bulls.
I think you should have played rugby league with those step counts. You got it all in check.
But you got to tackle.
That is an important part in the game.
Crystal Daughter would know that. 15 test matches for the Kiwi Ferns. Joining us in commentary, the coach of the Kansas Manukau Stingrays, bringing her insight into the match. All the pressure at the moment on the defensive side from Akarana. Can they hold them out? Can the Bulls push their way forward? Are they over the line? Their hands go up. There's one referee, there's one touch judge, and the referee says you did not get the ball down. There were plenty of players donning the red and black that said, yes, we did, yes, we did. International rules means they retain possession. Still an opportunity. 45 seconds remaining in the match. The clock will not be stopped. How good is the defense from the Akarana Falcons, the defending champions? How much do the Canterbury Bulls want to win this match and create an upset? They go left, they go wide. The runners are there. The cutout pass is given. They look wide. There's a charge for the line. Is the defence up to it? Yes, it is. From Akarana, a late offload. The defence still comes through, keeping it alive. Just a few minutes remaining. The grubber kick comes through. The chasers are there. It's grounded by Akarana. What an outstanding passage of play. That defence, that line defence was absolutely brilliant. the winners of the match will go down to the Akarana Falcons, outclassing the Canterbury Bulls by just 4 points. What a brilliant display of rugby league. And Crystal Rota, the last minute and a half of that match was like the first minute and a half in a State of Origin competition.
Oh, you should have seen me on the edge of my seat, rolling my seat back and forth. What an amazing finish to the game, though. Got to give it up to the Canterbury Bulls for the effort that they put out there today. You know, obviously we know that they were the fifth on the table at the last year's championship, and then the Falcons, on the other hand, were the reigning champs. So what a brilliant performance by Canterbury, but Falcons too strong out there today. Only just, though, 4 points the difference. Brilliant game of footy to watch and call here at Massey Park today. In the first half, we see here Sakini, who took charge of this whole game. Actually, she got the first and opening try. Then a kick here from Barnett with the chasers just rushing through. Lavia to regather, pass back on the inside to Allen. She has more support on the inside through Barnett, but she decides to score the try herself, and it was a brilliant try at that. Sears jumps down the short side for the Canterbury Bulls to pass it on to Russell, who scores for Canterbury on their right edge, and that was their first try of the game. Get another ball here from Shante Poko to Umanga to score another try for Canterbury Bulls. This was like one of the turning points in the game. Navalzin Topor, too strong, too powerful, having runs like this through the whole entire game. Offloads to Sakini, off the left foot again against the fullback, and then she scores under the post. Obviously that was a important try there because they got the kick from that right in front of the post. Pass and wrap from Sakini again, passed it to Morris Ponga, wrapped around the outside, got the offload and scored herself another try. And then here we see the Canterbury Bulls. Sears on the outside, and she does the sides to go herself and score that try there for Canterbury Bulls. It was a brilliant game to watch. Brilliant football from both sides. Teams will be building combinations now as this got 2 games into this competition done and dusted. But that was such an exciting game to watch.
It was a fabulous game to watch. Comments there from Crystal Rota. And that there in the true sporting spirit of the NZRL Women's Premiership Rugby League competition. The two teams come together, give each other a high five and congratulate themselves for a magnificent display of rugby league here at Massey Park in Pakura. We have been very, very fortunate indeed to witness the opening 2 games. Round 1 of the competition, there's 5 rounds of matches, and we will have the grand final, the final match on October 12th. Plenty of rugby league to be played until then, but what a display. Outstanding stuff from the Bulls. And we take this opportunity to hear a few words from one of the most outstanding players in Wahine Rugby League, Shante Poko.
Shante, what a fantastic game. Must have been really enjoyable to play it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Look, we came over here with no expectations. We just wanted to play a good brand of footy, and I hope we showcase that for everyone around New Zealand.
Started both halves really well, put a lot of pressure on their line, but just couldn't make the breaks you needed.
Yeah, definitely. We just fell short off this one, but honestly, super stoked with the girls. We had 7 debutantes that featured in today's match. So, look, we're only looking to build. This is only round 1 of the campaign, so we're only onwards and upwards from here.
And how does it feel like representing the whole of the South Island here?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pressure, but nonetheless, we're kind of used to it. So, yeah, like I keep saying, we'll keep building. We'll go back to the drawing board and look at what we can be better at, take away the positives as well, and just keep getting better as the weeks come on.
Wonderful to watch. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
A returning senior player, dual international, a rugby league representative, recently representing the Cook Islands at last year's Pacific Championships, also representing New Zealand. She is Kiwi Fern, number 145. That is Shante Poko. Has come back from coaching to playing. That was outstanding stuff. And let's hear from the victorious captain or captain teams. Let's go down to Fred and get some insight from the players.
Well, Kerry, superb game of football. How was that to play in?
Oh man, I'm going to be honest, it was really tough out there, but our team pulled through and I'm really proud of them, and yeah.
At times you really had to rely on your defence because they threw everything at your line. How important was that for the result?
Really important. If we didn't connect together and make that communication, I don't think we would have got the better end of the game. So yeah, really important.
Got a bunch of new players in your team, and how's that changed the style that you want to play?
Honestly, there's a whole lot of talent coming through. Like, we have a lot of young ones, and they're really amazing. So I'm really glad to have them in our team. Yeah.
Well done. Congratulations on a fantastic win, and as I say, great watch of footy.
Yep, that was awesome. Thank you.
That is Keri Ratima, a veteran player, many years of experience providing leadership and stability. She'll be more than pleased that her side, the defending champions from 2024, has embarked on their campaign in 2025 with a victory over a very, very courageous Canterbury Rugby League Bulls football team. Outstanding stuff. What a great day of rugby league it has been. We have been at Massey Park in Auckland. Counties Manukau defeating Akarana in the men's competition, round 1, 20-10. Then we had the Wahine stealing the show for the next 2 matches, if you've been fortunate enough to be with us. As the celebrations continue for Akarana, we can tell you that the Falcons, well, they were absolutely challenged when they took on the Wellington Orcas and had to put in one of their better performances in the second half after leading 22-4. They just managed to edge that one out 26-16. Shows you just how close this competition is. And we final things out with this match. You've been watching the Akarana Falcons taking on the Canterbury Bulls. And the Falcons, well, they're in the hot seat. They're the ones to beat, and they look like they're already celebrating. Hey, it's never too early to celebrate. The Falcons too good with a late run at the end of that match. But I tell you what, the Canterbury Bulls, they are in this competition. They have a point to prove, and there's plenty of rugby league to be played. The Falcons won 22-16. You liking your rugby league? Well, there's plenty more heading your way. In the Wahine competition and the New Zealand Rugby League women's contest, it will be the Counties Manukau Stingrays taking on Waikato in a match that there's never really a lot of love lost between those two sides. It is the Lakers against Waikato, first of all, at midday. That is on Sunday. You do not want to miss it. If you like your rugby league, you can catch all of that action, and you can watch it any time you like. On behalf of myself and Crystal Rota, we appreciate your company. Just a few more words from Crystal. How are you feeling about tomorrow's match against Waikato? You are the coach. Let's get it out there now.
I'm excited.
No conflict of interest tomorrow,
No,
mate.
definitely not. No, I'm really excited for our ladies. You know, they've been training hard, working hard. We've built a pretty good team culture and connection over the last couple of weeks. So just really excited to, you know, let them get out there and showcase what they've been training for over the last couple of weeks, because they've been training so awesome.
We certainly look forward to that match midday tomorrow on Sky Sport. In terms of the coverage throughout the day, thank you so much for joining us throughout the men's and women's NZRL Premiership competitions. May it continue. Plenty of coverage heading your way. On behalf of myself, Crystal Rota, the WSL team, and everyone bringing you the coverage, thanks for your company. We look forward to more of it as the competition continues over the next few weeks. Until then, ka kite. Bye for now.